Listen, brother, I can only imagine for how much pain and shit you must be going through right now, and I get it. I am a human just like you, right? Just yesterday, I had the exact same thing going on. As soon as I woke up, literally, as soon as I opened up my eyelids in my bed, I already knew it was going to be one of these days where I'm just going to feel like shit. It feels like somebody has implanted this negativity onto me, and now I am stuck with it. I try to go on about my day and do like all the stuff that I was supposed to do, but I just keep having these negative thoughts that end up affecting my performance. That used to happen to me all the time, but I promise you, if you're going through the exact same thing, or at least something similar, these three things that I'm going to share with you today, they can 180 the mood you're currently having. It can fucking revolutionize it in a snap. Completely fix it. Or at least help you like regain your composure and start to like think the right way. Essentially, let's not waste further time in this video, alright? All I want you to do, the first step, the first step I want you to do right now is look around your room. Look around your room. I'm pretty sure that for 99% of us watching this video, myself included, matter of fact, we're sitting in this like super modernized area. Like if you start to look around your room, you would see that, oh yeah, the window is closed and you don't have any fucking fresh air coming in. You have your blinds closed so there's no sunlight coming in, and you have all these like LEDs around your room that are fucking up your your eyesight. There's no vitamin D coming in, there's no fresh air coming in. All I'm trying to tell you is go outside, brother. I know this advice sounds corny as fuck and you're probably sick of hearing it, but we're gonna do it in a way that I can guarantee to you is gonna be 20 times more fun than just telling you, oh, go outside. So what I want you to do is grab a bike. If you don't have a bike, then just go for a walk, but preferably you want to use a bike. And what I want you to do with this bike, right, now that you have it, I want you to go on a ride and find the nearest forest in your area. It can be a forest, it can be a park, it can be a lake, it can be a river. I just want you to find nature. I want you to, just for a few hours, maybe even minutes, stop sitting in this like modernized fucking society. Stop surrounding yourself with it for just a little bit and go back to nature. Because back when we were fucking cavemen, most of these problems that we're having right now, they didn't fucking exist back then. And I know I sound crazy right now, right? But back when we were fucking cavemen, we used to live 20 times healthier. We used to live like we were supposed to, right? We were always outside. And if we weren't outside, we were sitting in a cave, which was also theoretically outside. But we were always breathing fresh air. We were always out into the world, searching for new things. And that's exactly what I want you to do right now. Grab your bike, find the nearest forest, maybe a park, maybe, I don't fucking know, a lake, and just go there. Just go there and enjoy being out in nature, because when you're sitting in this, in the room I just described, because my room is the exact same, it's hard for you to think straight. When you're not breathing fresh air and there's no fucking vitamin D and you're literally like a fucking, like a gremlin closing yourself in this fucking dungeon. That's your room. That smells like cum. Bro, when you go outside, it almost like it rewires your whole brain. Suddenly, you can focus 20 times easier. And the reason why being on a bike is like perfect for this is because when you're pedaling on a bike, it's not like you're not thinking about the pedaling, right? The legs are like subconsciously doing the work for you whilst you're up here thinking about whatever you want to think, right? And the reason why biking is better than being on a walk is because you can get much further on a bike than by walking, but the intensity is like almost the same. Unless you choose like a very bumpy road, then of course it's going to be more difficult, but being outside can freaking improve your mental health. It can drastically improve your mindset and all of this negative thinking you have. Because as I said, when you're outside, you're just slightly but still drastically, that doesn't make sense, you're being more like our ancestors, as stupid as it kind of sounds, but by being out in nature more, it's gonna be easier for you to focus on the things that you need to. It's going to be easier for you to dump all of these negative thoughts that you have in your mind and actually start thinking the right way. Now, step two. Step two, this kind of correlates with the first step, but I'm pretty sure you haven't heard about it in that particular way. I want you to meditate. But I don't want you to do this in a way that everybody describes, right? Because when you search up meditation on... When you search up meditation on your computer and you click on the first few videos that show up... Oh, shit. What you're going to notice is it's going to be like these corny, weird videos, bro. What the fuck's going on? When you search up meditation on YouTube, you're just going to get these corny videos of, you know, some 40-year-old woman telling you, oh, relax your muscles and focus on your breath. Sure, that can be pretty fucking nice and it definitely works, but you ever notice how in these videos you always hear like birds singing, you always hear like water flowing, you always hear nature sounds? I think you can imagine how much being outside multiplies that effect of like regaining mindfulness. I promise you, go out there and try it right now. It works like a fucking charm. When you're sitting in nature and you can listen to all these beautiful sounds that are around you, when you listen to the birds singing, when you listen to the river flowing, when you hear all of these, you know, nice like nature sounds, it's completely fucking different from when you're listening to a YouTube video, because you're kind of faking it. It's not as good as the real deal. Plus, you're breathing fresh air because you're fucking outside. It can completely improve your mental health. And the third thing that I want you to do, these are pretty short and simple steps, right? Once you're outside and you've done your meditation, you're gonna journal. You're gonna journal. This is probably the most important step. But all I want you to do is grab a notebook and a pen and just write down all of that negative stuff that's been fucking dangling in your head. I'm struggling to come up with the right words to say. Just go outside and journal alongside meditation and being on a bike. It's a revolutionizer. It's a revolutionizer. And to prove my point, on my Discord server, right? Every time I feel like shit, I go outside, I do all the things that I just described, but I also like vlog the whole thing, which it makes things like 20 times more sick, right? Because when you journal, my friend, when you journal, I like to call journaling thought vomiting. Because essentially what you're doing, you're vomiting your thoughts. You're literally vomiting your thoughts. You're writing down every single word that your mind comes up with. It's like printing. You're printing out what your brain has to say, and before you even know it, you can find the solution to the problem super easily. You can do it super easily. Sometimes all it can take is just 2 pages. When you're outside and you're not being in this like fucking solitary confinement style of lifestyle, when you're sitting in your small little room with no vitamin D, no fresh air, none of these like actually healthy stuff, of course you're gonna find it harder to function properly. But by doing all of the things I just described, plus journaling whilst you're outdoors, it's kind of similar to meditation, right? It gives you a whole new feeling when you do it. It's a completely different thing from just sitting. I feel like I'm repeating myself. From just sitting in your room and doing it that way. It's so much better to do it outdoors. Now, not always you can go outdoors, because, you know, it might be raining. It might be like London temperature, or sorry, London weather. Of course, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, right? But when you find the right time to do it, it can literally be so freaking good for you. Oh, actually, wait. Because you've stayed to this point of the video, I'm going to give you like one extra bonus. Whilst you're outdoors and you've done all of that, try to talk to new people. Like, when you see a stranger walking past you, try to start a conversation with him. Because sometimes, when you're spreading positivity to somebody, and that person gives you positivity back, it's like it multiplies the effect. Sometimes, all it can take for you to improve your mood is just to see another person smile at you. And you know this, right? You know this, right? When you're walking through the corridor at school and you see that cute girl smiling at you, of course you feel like, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Of course you feel 20 times happier. When you're at school again and your friend like tells you that your physique looks good, of course you're gonna be happier, with a better mindset. You know this. You knew all of this stuff, but because of the way that I've put it, suddenly it starts to click, doesn't it? It all suddenly starts to actually like make sense to you, doesn't it? So to conclude all of the information that I've provided in this video, you're gonna do, I lagged there. You're gonna do, go outside, meditate, whilst you're outside, journal, also whilst you're outside. And on top of all of these things, speak to people. Speak to people. Because who knows, you might just find yourself a new friend. You might just find yourself maybe a new girlfriend even. Yeah. Just theoretically 4 things. But they can improve your mental health so much. If you want to know more about that topic, join the Discord and I'll be delighted to talk with you about that. Keep working, brother. Take care.